Hello BFC, this is Wicked again. I'm here with Villa Husky yet again, and we're going to hopefully be commentating the Apocalypse versus Never Seen, Never Heard match that should be coming up very soon. Players are just getting final rules and regulations under control, and we should be starting relatively soon, so just bear with us. This is coming off a hot, new and fresh Apocalypse team that I believe won their first match very handedly. And they're facing Scene, who actually beat Villa's team, Gooch Mullet FC, earlier in the season. So they're coming off a fresh win as well.
Yeah, that was obviously I caught the Scene match against us, and I also happened to see some of the APOC match. They had one of the most dominant performances of the tournament so far in their opening match against Huxtables, winning 2-0, and I think they were both 10-0, or it might have been 10-0 and 9-1. And Scene beat my team 6-4, 7-3, so it was a closer game, but I thought Scene was pretty impressive when they played us. But APOC has definitely been one of the most hyped teams of the tournament, as you said, so hopefully it'll be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, they're hyped, but they have the skill to back it up is the thing. They're not a bad team by any means, so we'll see how they perform today. But both teams look to be really good, and I would expect a close game.
That would be ideal. It's always fun to watch close matches, and maybe we'll get a 3-mapper, who knows.
Yeah. That'd definitely be exciting to see, more than anything. You don't want it's not really fun to watch or commentate blowouts. You want to see those close matches.
Early in the tournament, you're more prone to seeing the more lopsided matches, but I think we're getting to the point in the tournament where there's going to be more close matches, like the one we just commentated on not long ago between LSJ and
Naga.
What was the other? Yeah, Naga. That was 6-4, 7-3 until some lag problems, but even though it didn't go the distance, it was still entertaining because it was so close.
Yeah. For so long. So hopefully this will be getting underway soon enough. I just started the broadcast a little bit early. Hopefully these guys are aware that I will be. So all of them are new players except Rama, and Rama's been around for just one tournament now. So they're relatively all new players. Just Rama has a little bit of experience being on a team, being on my second team for a little bit. Rama from Apocalypse played on RA, which was my second team, so I'm familiar with him. But the other members of Apocalypse are new to the BFC, and Never Seen, Never Heard is a new team to the tournament as well. So all of them are new players except Rama, and Rama's been around for just one tournament now. So they're relatively all new players. Just Rama has a little bit of experience being on a team, being on my second team for a little bit. And before this match starts, I will be right back. My apologies. So, if you want to keep them, you want to entertain them for a bit, I'll be right back.
I'll do my best. So, for those of you that haven't heard of or watched Scene play, I've actually been kind of keeping in touch with them and playing from them to time since they beat up on my team, Gooch Mullet. I think it was last Saturday. Scene has some pretty good players, at least from my perspective of getting killed by them several times during our match. JCP was a really good player. T-Pack was impressive, and Lund was very impressive as well as their captain Niles Pac-Man. They seemed like they had pretty good team chemistry for a newer team, and also the abilities in the 1v1 battles to win those as well. So it'll be interesting seeing them in action against a very good team that Apocalypse is, based on what they are not only talked up to be, but like Wicked said, they have the talent to back it up in Apocalypse. They're gonna pull up the maps here that these teams have picked. So Apocalypse is the number 9 seed.
Alright, I'm back.
And Apocalypse band goes on Badlands, and Scene band Rebel Depot, so that leaves us with Imperial Hangar and Imperial Station, as well as Rebel Base at Hoth. I was just going over the map scenario for this one. It looks like we're going to start on Imperial Hangar with Scene as the Rebels when we get started, which shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. The match shouldn't be too much longer. Just again waiting on a little bit of last minute qualifications, and as I say that, I do get the invite
There we go.
for the lobby, so I'll make sure that they know to promote me. Okay, well, they do that anyway, so I'll be inviting you in.
Got it.
Alright. So as I mentioned earlier, the only experienced player in the BFC thus far is Rama, in the as I mentioned, in the BFC. But I think all of Apocalypse has had actual experience with playing competitively. Also, Touch My Wookie, I forgot to mention him. He is actually on the winning team of our first tournament. He didn't play,
okay.
but he, for the majority, was actually he played the majority of the matches, and he's a very good player. It seems like Rama had backed out. I'm not quite sure if he'll be playing or if it's a 4-on-4. It seems like they do have 5 players. It might just be that Rama hit the circle button, which does kick you out instantly without asking if you were sure about that, which is something that we might be able to look to change in the future if I was a DICE employee. But actually, I would like, and Mike had mentioned this earlier, there's a couple players on Scene that were really standout, and one of them was T-Pack, because he was doing basically Mike's job on LSJ. And he was playing aggressively with the cargo. I think he got a couple scores when they mattered, and he's going to look to T-Pack to be the objective player here that's going to be trying to push into their base.
Yeah, when we played them, I think T-Pack wasn't overly involved in 1v1 battles, but like you said, for LSJ's Mike Fullerton, he was very aggressive just in going straight for the cargo once his teammates had cleared out our base, and then he was very good in maneuvering the cargo back to their base and scoring with it. I think he had at least 2 of the 3. He might have had all 3 of their caps against us. And JCP and Lund, I think, were their slayers, and they were both very impressive whenever our team squared off against Scene.
Yeah, and as I had mentioned prior, Apocalypse on the other end, looking very good. Revium has been widely regarded as a new player that's been really stepping up and proving himself. Rama was one of the top KDA players in the entire tournament. Devil Phase and Tragic as well are really good players. And Touch My Wookie on the winning team of the first tournament that we did, again, not to be underestimated, and is very good. So seems like you have a top-tier team on APOC, and you have some good players on Scene. But I think currently, right now, it's looking like there might be a slight edge just to APOC because of sheer just gun skill. But we'll see what
Yeah,
happens
for sure. I think APOC would be the favorites in this match. Not only based on their dominant performance in the first match, but other scrims and things that they have done in just the pedigree of some of their players that you mentioned.
And it seems like we're just waiting on Wookie, so hopefully that starts momentarily. He'll be back momentarily, and we can get this game underway. So just
Gonna start on Imperial Hangar.
Yep, just it seems like we're waiting on Wookie. Hopefully the lobby doesn't flop. Yeah. So I mean, Scene is really and from what I think, Scene's really going to have to prove themselves early if they want to have a chance here. Just because there's such great players over on APOC. That Scene, you know, they need to get that early lead, they need to get that early advantage if they, if Scene wants to have a shot at this, I think.
That was interesting. They actually planned for the swap in right away because Scene was supposed to be the Rebels and they were listed as Imperial, and we swapped and it looks like we're good to go. And I agree with your thoughts that Scene definitely needs a good start. APOC, with the slaying ability they have, just their 1v1 talent that is on their roster, I think Scene would need an early cap or at least some early ground gained in order to kind of get off to a good start that boosts their confidence and maybe gets APOC on their heels a little bit.
Alright, so it looks like the game's going to be starting about 30 seconds away. This gives teams, you know, last-minute preparations, last-minute strategies, or last-minute time to think about strategy. It looks like, again, all of the Imperials spawning up in the top level, and the Rebels splitting up their spawn. But it looks like we'll be starting in about 10 seconds. Good luck both teams, and let's see how this works out.
Scene are really spread out in their spawns, even more so than usual for the Rebels positioning. We'll see how it plays out here.
Yeah, Devilface takes a little bit of damage from nades early. He's up top. He actually gets taken out early, Niles Pac-Man, but the rest of Apocalypse actually starting off on the defensive, making sure their base is secure before pushing out. You do see Tragic is in the center. Tragic's having a one-on-one, or well, shooting JCP from the side. So JCP does take out Touch My Wookie. Also, it appears that the cargo was taken by Niles Pac-Man. So seeing early aggression out of those guys, that's something you really want to look for, especially coming from them. Niles just got a kill, got in there, but the gun skill of Apocalypse is really good. Niles, he did get one kill, but he's going to have to be really aggressive here if he wants to get more. He's going to take down Devil Phase, but Tragic's going to that 1v1, and you have to fight that in that situation.
Yep.
You're not escaping gunfights like that. And that's just
poor decision by Niles Pac-Man there. He wasn't too far away from potentially getting a cap, but he backed away from the gunfight and tried to outrun it, and against the Apocalypse, that's just not the way to go.
Yeah. And he had made the decision there to run, and you just can't run from gunfights. In that you had to take it there, even if you're at a disadvantage in gun skill, you just need to take the chance because you're not escaping from close range gunfights. But as but Scene actually doing a decent job of playing defense, and they also do have another push going. So good offense coming out of Scene, or yeah, good offense coming out of Scene early, and their defense is putting up very well as well. Touch My Wookiee's doing the best on the team of Apocalypse, but you look at players like Niles Pac-Man and even Little Champ had just won a 1v1 right there. And again, you look at Niles. Niles has the cargo again. He's going out the exact same direction, so it's almost a redo of earlier. If he can get a little bit of team support, he might be able to do good here. Though he doesn't see the flash, he's actually gonna go down low, still running. Now the only problem
Tragic
is that
jetpacks over the top.
yeah, I mean they're gonna come and fight him. He can't get out of this. He's looking the wrong way, and Tragic just kills him. So good try again coming out of Scene. I do like the aggression. I'm actually very surprised by their aggression that they're able to get there, and that Apocalypse hasn't quite gotten in yet. But if we do look at Little Champ just got taken down by Wookiee. And let's get on Wookiee, even though it's right there. You can see a fight in the Scene base. Lund gets a nice kill on Wookiee. A good kill from him. And he actually gets a double kill on Wookiee and Tragic. So great defense coming out of him right there. I'm actually very impressed with the gun skill and the play thus far of Scene. It's better than I would have expected, though this is still a very close match. And again, look at Niles Pac-Man just on the cargo. This is his third
He's got a
attempt.
partner this time.
Yeah, T-Pac hasn't. T-Pac was one of the huge flag carriers prior, though he did try going through the center, and on a team like Apocalypse, going through the center is almost suicide, and right there they just got taken down real quick. Tragic had picked up the cargo on the other side, but he just got taken down. But it looks like Rama and Lil Champ are fighting. Lil Champ takes down Rama right there. So
more good defense from Little Champ. He seems to be their one guy that is solely focused on defense for Scene.
It seems like Scene has improved their strategy a little bit to the point where they know what they're doing and they have a little bit of teamwork going for them. T-Pac is taken down by Wookiee. Or Devil Phase, my apologies there. But Devil Phase is in a little bit of a bad situation. There's about 4 guys from Scene around. But last second Floater makes that an okay trade. Yet again, Niles Pac-Man, he has 2 guys behind him, but he was in the base, applying that pressure, forcing Apocalypse to back away a little bit and play defense.
It's really interesting that the KDs are so in favor of APOC right now, but that Scene is the team that is putting the pressure on it. I think T-Pac at 3-15 KD wise, but he's pushing forward with Niles Pac-Man in all of their attacks.
Yeah, they have a couple. There is a flank coming in from Tragic. Tragic fires a rocket, actually doesn't pick up anyone, but he does catch Little Champ off guard and picks up the cargo. So this is the first real attempt from Apocalypse to score, and let's see how Scene reacts to this. There's 3 guys to his right. They just take him down real fast. That should be a quick recovery, though there is a gunfight, and Scene seems to be losing it. This is control for Apocalypse in the center. Devilface picks up one.
This is big.
This is huge for Apocalypse right here. Scene's not in position, and Devilface winning the fight in the middle. That's huge. This is actually going to be a quick cap for Apocalypse. Apocalypse's first real attempt. There's a little bit of a gunfight in the center that almost went bad for them, but ultimately you have Apocalypse just with an easy cap right there. A couple 1 gunfights. It seems like Scene doesn't quite have the gun skill, and just Apocalypse took it to him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The gun skills made the difference there in the center of the map, and for Scene, it's got to be a little bit frustrating to have had the first 3 attacks of the match and then see Apocalypse just score so easily.
Yeah. I mean, and that's almost in a way, it's going to bait them even further to have Scene go through the middle, I think. Because it works so well for Apocalypse, but the middle's not where you want to go unless you have, like, superior gun skill. And I just don't think Scene has that. You're even going to see Devilface in a 3-on-1 right here. Does get taken down, gets 2 of them low. Though, we do see JCP with the cargo. He's trying to go through the center. Again, not the best idea, especially with his weapon of choice. He's just going to get put to half health. Pulls out the bowcaster. Let's see if he can actually get anything. Doesn't look like there's anyone in sight. Wookiee's just going to come probably kill him right there. Wookiee wins 1 gunfight, and Wookiee wins another from half health. Wins the 2nd gunfight right there to secure the cargo. even though it's actually not, and it's now just returned by Tragic. So good play.
That was a nice job by Tragic.
Yeah.
Tragic was really patient there to kind of let the scene players run in at the cargo and try and pick it up, and then he just cleaned it all up.
So I'd like to see a little bit more calculated aggression out of the scene guys, because they had some good attacks, they just didn't quite have the calculated assault they needed. And you see Lil Champ, he was alone on defense, and as soon as they got past him, there was just nothing that Scene could do.
It'll be interesting to see at what point does Scene send Little Champ out, potentially on offensive moves, or if they stick on this defensive strategy for as long as possible and hope to steal one back.
Yeah, Lil Champ was doing very good on defense, but they were ahead against Goo. So it's interesting to see, if you pull the goalie strategy, and if you get Lil Champ on offense. And it seems like Lil Champ is venturing in towards the middle.
Yeah, he's heading out there.
Does get taken down by Revium though. They have great center control. Apocalypse does.
And now Rama's back. Rama's heading for the bomb. Or the bomb, not the bomb, the cargo.
Gotcha. It does seem like Niles Pac-Man, though, seems to be the big player for them. Not the best KD, but he's actually in the center. Pulse Cannon misses. He needs to turn and fight that. He just decides not to, and that's going to be ultimately just killed. Rama, for Apocalypse, though, does have the cargo and is going to push through the center. Scene really needs to get on this, though. Again, the superior center control from Apocalypse is just huge for them. And if JCP gets taken down here, there's no one left for Scene. They need to rush the base immediately. This just looks to be an easy cap for them. You do have Niles Pac-Man actually beating him into the base, which is huge if they can get an easy kill here. Actually, Niles takes him down. Very close gunfight. Niles gonna maybe get the return. Does not get the return. They just seeing.
That was a tough decision because I don't think he thought that Apocalypse had another player there, but Pac-Man went for the quick return, couldn't get it, and it's another cap for Apocalypse to make it 7-3.
I mean, at the same time, Niles probably wasn't going to be winning another gunfight against Tragic when Niles had 25 HP.
Yeah, I think that was probably the right decision, given the circumstances. It was just, he was probably a tenth of a second or a half a second away from making it happen.
Yeah. Would have been a huge play from Niles if that happened. So again, looking to be the MVP for Scene right now, but definitely not the MVP of this match because Apocalypse has just been putting on the pressure. Even though Scene got an early advantage when it came to controlling the cargo, when Apocalypse has gotten the cargo, they've made it count. JCP actually in Apocalypse's base gets taken down.
Apocalypse looking pretty comfortable now. I think Scene got the start they needed in this matchup, but Apocalypse has definitely adjusted to that, and they appear to be in control at the moment.
Lund playing a little bit of defense for his team. It's pretty much Scene on the defense right now. There's not that many players from Scene playing offense at this point, just because Apocalypse's attack's really big. Tragic actually Master Scout. That means Tragic is on a 6-kill streak right now, and he's not going to be showing up when he fires his gun. Or actually, he's going to be getting the cooldown reduction as well, or the heat reduction. So that's big for. It's actually big for Apocalypse, having players that you can just spam your weapon if you're getting kills. Just your gun never overheats. That's really big.
For sure, I've seen Revium's been a Master Scout several times in this game already with his 34-7 game going, and it just keeps helping him get kills over the Scene players. Although he gets taken down there by Little Champ.
That was a 2-on-1 situation. Tragic actually picks up a double kill on them. Has the cargo. He's just going to go through the center. Actually, Lund wins that gunfight on Tragic. I don't remember what Tragic's health was at, but good kill by Lund to secure it, even though he gets taken down. Lil Champ and Wookie, and a little bit of a gunfight. Wookie wins that gunfight.
And this is where Scene has been put under pressure, is whenever Little Champ goes down in his defensive attempts, Apocalypse picks it up, and they may be on their way to another score here.
Yeah,
which,
Niles not in position.
All three scores have just resulted from the rare times where Little Champ hasn't been able to defend it all, and there is another score.
Well, you can't always rely on Little Champ there. Like, it seems like he's been doing his job very well, but if he goes down to maybe a 2-on-1 attack, then the rest of the scene needs to understand that situation. And it seems like they're just not reacting or adapting to what Apocalypse is doing. Niles is just going to go in there, but Apocalypse is just playing very strong defense because they don't have to have any offense right now. Touch My Wookiee goes a little aggressive. If he can actually win that duel, Touch My Wookiee gets a straight-up double kill in a 2-on-1 situation. Just showing almost the superior gunplay of Apocalypse right there to win a 2-on-1 situation when there's no one else around you. It's just superior gunplay all around, and you can see it in the KD. Revium 40 and 8 or 39 and 8. Touch My Wookiee has a 2 KD. Double Phase over a 2. Everyone on Apocalypse is positive, and then you're looking at players like, even though Lil Champ's been good on defense, 8 and 17, 7 and 31. Your best player is 18 and 19. So, you know, just and even though the kills don't matter, as you noticed from the LSJ Nugga game, you know, kills don't necessarily matter. It's all about that objective play. It's just, at some point, it does come down to it, and if you can't be picking up those kills when it matters, it doesn't matter how many times you pick up that cargo. If you're just going to get taken down, ultimately the other team's going to win the match, and that's just kind of evident of what's going on here.
Yeah, I would say it's a credit to Scene's strategic ability that they are still even playing, given how skewed the KDs are in favor of Apocalypse, because Apocalypse is definitely winning all the 1v1s and even 1v2 situations against Scene here, but Scene, you know, it doesn't look like they're going to get swept at the moment, which, given the state of the KDs, you would think might be a possibility.
A little bit of trading going on in the base of Scene. But, I mean, it's, at this point, it takes 20 seconds to go through the center, and they're down by 3 caps, so that's going to be game. Apocalypse, if they want to get one more, it doesn't seem like they are going to be able to, just because Scene has control of the base. But Apocalypse, a dominating map, even though it wasn't a 10-0 sweep, it just, again, Apocalypse, they got their kills that they needed, and they just pushed from there, and Scene never, I don't even think, they killed the carrier maybe once, but still, even Apocalypse was able to take it home on that same push.
Yeah, definitely just a case of Apocalypse, due to their superior gunfighting, taking advantage of their scoring opportunities. Scene didn't take advantage of their 2 or 3 chances early in the match, and that's why it ended up with an 8-2 victory for Apocalypse.
Yeah. And even looking at the KDs, the bottom player, Rama 24-15, Niles Pac-Man 8-37. Even though Niles was getting the objective, still, like, you need to pick up those kills when they matter, and if your team isn't picking up the kills, if you're the objective player and your team isn't picking up the kills, then you're going to need to be doing it on the offensive, and he just wasn't able to do that. The blame isn't on Niles, it's with overall team effort from Scene's not quite there.
Yeah, I think Lund was the one player from Scene who was able to win some 1v1 battles, but the rest of them were having a tough time against the likes of Revium and Tragic in what was a pretty dominant performance for Apocalypse.
So this map is over. Just going to back out of this lobby. So yeah, I mean, not much more to talk about. It was just really just domination from Apocalypse. Though Scene, I had mentioned earlier, Scene had needed to get off to a good start, and they did. I was very surprised by their early aggression, even picking up a couple kills to get into the base. So that was huge for them. They just couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think if Pac-Man would have scored on that first charge that it would have swung the match, but it definitely would have made for interesting watching. First APOC to perhaps come out of their shell a little bit more attacking-wise, which they still got the 3 caps that they needed, but it would have been interesting if Scene had taken a surprise lead in that first 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Might have changed the momentum of things as well.
I mean, that like you had mentioned, that was what Scene was so good at. Once they got a lead against my team in their first round matchup, they seemed very good at defending, but they never were able to get a lead in this match, and playing from behind didn't appear to be their strong suit.
Yeah, we're going on to Imperial Station next, which is the Endor map. Though I'm interested to see how Scene plays this, because there's so many flank routes in like the hallways that you always have to be watching your back. And I had noticed that Scene's cargo play, you know, they were just almost taking the cargo and just blindly running forward. Where if Apocalypse gets even a decent flank off, you know, then they're probably going to get this cargo taken down, or take down the Scene carrier. Alright, so hopefully the spawns are what are the factions or what they want to be. If not, teams are allowed to remake. So not a big deal if that happens. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how Scene, if they actually do get to pick up the cargo, it'll be interesting how they play it, just because, you know, there's so many flanks that if they just blindly run straight ahead, they're going to get flanked.
Yeah, there's a lot of... This map is very strategy important, in my opinion, because of, like you said, there's so many different routes you can take to get it back to your base that I mean, returning the cargo is what can make a difference in this map if 2 teams are evenly matched. But it appears APOC does have superior gunfighting skills, and Scene's going to need far superior strategic plays in order to make this a competitive map.
Mm-hmm. I got disconnected, did you?
Yes, I was also booted out.
Let's see if that was just an error with everyone, which I'd like to imagine it is. Yeah. So it's just
which has been happening.
It's just going to be a remake. It's not too big of a deal. It's happened a couple times. It's a little unfortunate. We do have to remake the lobby, but I believe everyone is still. No one got like locked out of the online feature, so it should be back up in a couple seconds. Just unfortunate we do have to have the reset. Though the map hadn't started yet, so it's not too big of a deal, and it actually allows for the teams to strategize just a little bit longer. Maybe get those last minute changes in for Scene, because really Apocalypse is just going to keep doing what they're doing. It's Scene that needs to adapt here, and this extra time plays a little bit into their favor because they can still talk about what they need to do while they're waiting on Apocalypse, even just discuss what they need to do to, you know, actually score this time around, because they came close.
Yeah, it appeared Scene had Pac-Man and T-Pac running for the cargo, while JCP and Lund were slaying and Little Champ defending. I wonder if they'll maybe be a little bit more attacking, or if maybe they think they can try and keep it close by being more defending and maybe steal a cargo cap at some point. That'll be an interesting decision on their end.
Yeah, it's almost better though, from my experience, to have a strong offense is a good defense. Because, you know, you get that offensive pressure, and that makes players go back and deal with you. It also, you know, it limits the other team's attack. So we'll see what strategy these teams do pull out.
Looks like we're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed any particular side of this map having the advantage?
I mean, Rebels, due to their camouflage, might have a slight advantage. Though I haven't noticed one team really just being superior to the other too much. I'm a bigger fan of the defense in the what is that? The Empire's base.
Where there's the drop-off underneath.
The generator room.
Yeah. I would agree with that area being easier to defend.
Just because there's so many places you can hide. Me looking at it here, you have behind here if they're coming that way. You have right on the cargo. There's just a lot of places you can be that, you can swap it up as well. There'd be multiple times where I was playing a guessing game with the other team as to where they were actually defending.
Locate the cargo and haul it back to base safely.
And here we go.
Yep. So I'm looking right over the shuttles in the center to see kind of what happens, where the teams go. But it seems like everyone just starts by going outside for Apocalypse, and a little bit more defensive right out of the gate from Scene, which isn't really something you want to see. Maybe that's their adaptation to the aggression of Apocalypse, but I mean their aggression is really good early, and they need to get that aggression going early if they want to.
Well, T-Pax gets a partner spawn with Pac-Man back in the Apocalypse base, and they're going to get the cargo here. We'll see what they can do with it.
So that's some early aggression out of those guys. Very good. The rest of Scene is actually holding off the Apocalypse push. I'm actually going to get on Pac-Man and T-Pac at this point, because there's a little bit of a gunfight where Wookiee picks up one, Wookiee picks up two, double kill for him. Really easy, really quick. Just gets the return on that.
And Tragic won't get any credit for the kills there, but his mine caused Pac-Man to hesitate, and which allowed his partner Wookiee to come in and clear out there and get the return.
And it seems like Apocalypse is just pushing into the base. Niles goes down. If Lil Champ was in there, he went down as well. And this is a cargo take for the Apocalypse squad, though Lund does win his duel. However, Ram's still right there to pick it up. Ram probably looking to get a partner spawn here, possibly from a teammate, unless he's by himself, because in the 5 you do have one person who doesn't spawn, so he might be that lone man. He might get taken out from behind right here. He does. So good defense from JCP, and the rest of Scene is there to defend, though there is a push coming in for Apocalypse again. And on the other side, you notice Scene had the cargo, but they got taken down. As I mentioned, that Revium picks up the cargo for Apocalypse, and he's just going to go through the he's actually going to go the outside route. Takes a little bit of fall damage, goes inside now. He's just going to take this long haul. Gets a little bit of gunfire from behind, so JCP's low. Easy takedown right there for Revium. Interestingly enough, I've been seeing more of the 5-round burst pistol come out, the SEC 14, SE14C, whatever it is, as opposed to the DH. Just an
They should be clear here.
Easy cap for Apocalypse. Just Scene a little late into the base. Scene's really had a hard time just breaking into Apocalypse's base to stop this cargo. You saw Niles do it once on the map prior, but there was just too many Apocalypse members there for them to do anything. Wookiee, again, just holding off the corners. Wookiee playing very strong defense. Just, hiding in different positions. He did this very effectively against me a little bit earlier. Kept me on my toes earlier in the week in a scrim. kept me on my toes, really just where he was at all times when I was playing offense. And with his gun skill, if he gets the first shot on you, you're more than likely dead. So let's see if Scene actually can understand the situation. They know Wookiee's there this time. He went back to his original spot. But again, Wookiee's gun skill just way too strong right there. He's going to take down one. He's actually going to take down two of the offensive attack from Scene, just canceling that entirely. Might be a little bit better actually if Scene, assuming those two were partner spawn, after the first guy went down, if the second member just backed up so that he could get the partner spawn again, rather than his teammate just going in there and getting killed too. Stopping that push entirely.
Yeah, it's been interesting. The balance of play in both of these maps has been pretty even, but Apocalypse is just making so much more of their opportunities because of their superior gunfighting skills and their just knowledge of how to control a base, really, is what's making the difference.
It also seems like there's a little bit of a lack. There's a lack of partner spawning coming from the Scene squad. They're not partner spawning as well as they could, and they definitely could have had a much better push if they had
Devil
kept that
Phase
up.
with a return opportunity here.
Devil Face turns around and kills JCP. JCP even got the first shot. Devil Face still had time to turn around and get the kill. Again, showing a little bit of the superior gunplay of Apocalypse, or even a lack of gun skill from Scene. Just not being able to pick up those kills when they need them. And again, it looks like there is Niles Pac-Man in the area, but he gets taken down by Rabium 1v1. Wookiee was there for support as well. Rama was even there for support. So more members of Apocalypse in Apocalypse's base when Scene needed to be there to get the defense. And again, we're looking at a 7-3 lead, only 5 minutes into this map.
No, and there really wasn't, besides that one opportunity for Scene, they didn't have the start that they had on the last map. Apocalypse, I think, has adjusted to what their strategy is and is showing that they are the superior team in this matchup.
Though Lund and I believe teammate had pushed into the base, Lund and JCP. Let's see if they get a partner spawn on each other. They do, so good play right there. Understanding they can get the partner spawn. And now what JCP needs to do right here, he needs to not take this fight, or Lund, sorry, a little too late, but he should have backed away right there and let his teammate get that partner spawn so that they can have a 2-on-1 again. Because Wookiee, he's just too good with his gun skill. Wookiee's low right there, but he just master scout on a 6 killing spree right here, 6 kill streak.
13-1 overall.
13-1 overall for Wookiee. Granted, he's playing a more defensive role, and it's better, and you can easily rack up the KD in that department. But still, just the overall gun skill. He's winning multiple 2-on-1s this whole match. He even just jumped in a couple times, won a 2v1 straight up, where both sides were actually firing at him. So it seems like almost, maybe Wookiee isn't, like, Wookiee's a great 1v1 player. But if you just look at the ability of gunfighting with Scene, Scene's just gunfight is way too, not bad, but they're not able to keep up with the quick gun skill of Apocalypse. Apocalypse just drops you in a couple seconds, where it takes Scene maybe a second longer, but in a gunfight, that whole second makes a huge difference.
Yeah, the accuracy and the efficiency from Apocalypse in almost every situation in their gunfights is extremely impressive.
Yeah. Apocalypse knows how to get the good. Apocalypse knows how to keep their KD up. The only criticism I have with Apocalypse is that sometimes they might prioritize KD a little too hard over the objective. Though Apocalypse still, as I say that, I don't mean that as in they don't play the objective. They play it very well. It's just sometimes I think they might care a little bit too much about their KD, that they could be going a little bit more aggressive in certain situations. For example, the first map, you saw Scene had a huge advantage early that maybe Apocalypse should have put more pressure on. Granted, they still won, and they're a perfectly fine team. I just think that might be something they might want to look at in the future against much better teams.
Yeah, I think Apocalypse has adjusted their style of play after seeing how Scene was sending 2, sometimes even 3 guys into their base, and with Wookiee defending on this map, the offensive attacks from Scene have been almost completely negated.
And you even look at the KDs. You see that not anyone on Scene has double-digit kills, while everyone on Apocalypse has double-digit kills. Again, kills don't mean everything when it comes to this mode. but you still have to think gun skill comes in big, and if people are picking up double kills on your players just by themselves, that, you know, it's huge. Now, all of Scene actually is trying to make a push together.
Did a four-man flank.
Yeah, but that leaves their base open. It looks like Revium's really close. He might be picking that up. They might be looking for a trade. Actually, Niles, Wookiee's there defending. Niles, again, goes aggressive. What Niles should have done, again, is back away. You want to get that partner spawn. That partner spawn's way more important than getting that 1v1 gunfight. And especially if you lose it, like he did there, then your attack just is completely negated. Where if you get that partner spawn, you know, you have two people again, and you might be able to work together now knowing where that player is.
And this Apocalypse attack all started from the four-man attack from Scene down their left attacking flank, where they had no spacing. Oh, they got a double kill.
Yeah, and you look at that, Revium backs away, understanding the situation, Revium backs away, and Tragic, who had just died earlier, gets a partner spawn, and he clears up that room. So good, that's good partner spawning out of Apocalypse, and if Scene is watching this, they might want to take note of that they, one of my criticisms of Scene is that their partner spawning is just not even close to what Apocalypse is doing.
And to illustrate that point, Pac-Man had the cargo and was running towards the middle of the map, didn't have anyone with him, and didn't wait for help, and Wookiee was able to take him down about 30 seconds ago.
And so just, if you're Scene, and let's say, you know, your teammate gets taken down, you just want to back away, you want to get that partner spawn, so you have that man advantage again. You want, and even though you're down 8-2, patience is huge when it comes to being able to win fights. Niles just going to run straight. I'm assuming Wookiee's going to show up right behind him. Actually, T-Pack does get the partner spawn there, so good play from him. Good heads-up play to be able to get the partner spawn. Though, I mean, they're just going to be surrounded by Apocalypse members, and even Apocalypse has their cargo. So they're going to have to look to...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tragic.
Blaster cannon kill from Tragic.
Blaster cannon. They do get the partner spawn yet again. Good play from them. And they do take him down. So good play there. Good use of partner spawn. They're able to get the 2-on-1 against Tragic. And they're able to push it forward. Now their whole team's there. Revium, I'm just going to get on Revium real fast because it looks like he has an easy way into the base. And he just went straight through the center while the rest of them were pushing. If he wins this one-on-one with T-Pack, it's over. T-Pack is aggressive. Jetpacks aggressively for whatever reason. He's now blinded. Easy kill for Revium right there. T-Pack severely misplayed that. And Tragic gets a double kill. Or his team gets a double kill.
More impressive patience from APOC there, from Revium. Just take his time, flashbang his opponent, get the kill, and then get the return rather than forcing it.
Or from Tragic and Wookiee, because Revium had scored. Or, oh, never mind, I mean return.
Yeah, I was referencing when Revium was able to get the cap.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep, just superior gun skill all around. You have Touch My Wookiee 28-3, and then you have their best player, JCP, 10-20. So you just see the difference in gunfight, where that's a significant enough difference that it probably is going to make a difference. And you can see that in the score. It's 9-1 right now with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, now the only question remaining is how hard does Apocalypse push for the 10-0? And does Scene try and defend and keep their pride with a 9-1, or do they try and score?
I don't think 9-1 is keeping your pride, though, if you're only playing... like, if you're playing 100% defense, just to, quote, keep your pride, not worth it. Revium pulls out a shotgun and gets a triple kill.
Jeez.
Just straight up in the base. He has the shotgun out, the shock blaster, CA-87, and he just... like, it's almost like he's not even carrying at this point. It's a cheeky weapon. I mean, granted you are in a little bit of close quarters combat, but just like the range disadvantage, like, it's almost, to me it seems like he pulled that out just to be a little bit of a troll. Not that, you know, you can blame him, really, but like... he's
trying to make it harder on himself unnecessarily. Just because he's so comfortable with their lead.
I mean, I would be too. Rama's a master scout as well, so... you're looking at Rama on a 6-kill streak. He's 23-9.
Pac-Man's the last
Goes down.
objective
There's
there,
two
and he
more
goes
players.
down. Oh, they do have
Lund,
two more.
oh, nice nade from him. Roll to get away from that. Good use of the roll. Looks like he gets flashed as well. There's a couple players. Takes down one. The other person gets taken down by his teammate. His teammate was on his flank. This is actually going to look to be a 10-0 from Apocalypse. Wow, actually, I take that back. It will be a 10-0 currently, unless Niles actually gets a good kill here. Nope.
Oh, wow.
And with the cargo being returned, 10-0 game.
That'll do it. Revium with just an exclamation point on the match on that last charge.
Yeah, just it even shows pulling out the shotgun and getting like 5 or 6 kills. It's just, you know, it's a easy win for Apocalypse. I had pointed out to seeing a couple of my couple notes that they might want to look at. I mean, coming out into the future, they do have one more game to play at the very least, because they now are dropping down into the losers bracket. And Apocalypse actually is awaiting the match between my team, Ruthless, and EUK. And that will be taking place Saturday, I believe. Hopefully on Saturday. So Apocalypse has a little bit of waiting to do to see who they're going to be playing. Hopefully, hopefully the R versus EUK match is good. Entertaining for everyone. Again, I pointed out a couple of the problems of Scene. They look strong against Goo, but against a better team, it's just, against a better team like Apocalypse, they just got, it handed to them, really.
Yeah, definitely a pretty convincing victory for Apocalypse. Scene had a couple moments, they had a couple opportunities, couldn't capitalize on any returns, didn't score at all in either match, and the gunfighting was just complete dominance from Apocalypse, even against some of the better slayers of Scene in the middle of the maps.
And Scene did get a couple of very nice kills. Don't get me wrong there. It's not that Scene doesn't have the ability to play at a high level. It's just right now, Apocalypse had the better gunplay, the better teamwork, and if Scene just works on that just a little bit, they can be a top team. It's, it's not out of reach for them. They just need to work a little bit harder there to get what they need. And they'll be a good team. But that's about it for the stream, actually. I think we're going to sign off with that 2-0 for Apocalypse. So good game to both teams. Thank everyone for watching. Thank you, Villa Husky, for again taking the time out of your day to commentate. I much appreciate it. And that's going to be it from us. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next broadcast.